location.
I remember I transformed into a dog and spoke to you in dog barks.
Yeah, that happened.
That did happen. So yeah, I know we learned a decent amount about the red sashes. We learned their actual name, which we've forgotten.
Nope, I wrote it down. It's the Ballians.
DM tip: if you want players to call things by a name, the first time they run into it, give them that name.
Ballians.
Do not wait, because otherwise they're going to come up with something like, they're the Dingleberries. And they will be the Dingleberries forever.
So we also learned that they're probably cultists.
Yes.
Of some
and
sort.
they worship a really evil, bad, shithead god.
Ball's all right.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, and
I think we did learn their location, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not their headquarters.
Yeah. Or at least where they think these Ballians are located.
Where is that?
I'm pretty sure, right, Austin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's the. I mean, so you guys did talk with. Shit. What's her name?
We spoke with. Let's see. Lark Tyson is the chief. We spoke with Jaxie and Jaxie's wife, whose name I forgot.
Tala.
And Tala. Tala kind of filled us in, and then weren't we waiting to meet with the chief?
Correct.
Yes.
Who was supposed to come back from a hunting trip, but had not come back yet.
There we go.
And they are the Cherokee people. Cherokee.
Oh, that's what their tribe is? Like
Yeah.
Cherokee, but not?
Yeah.
CHARA, like apostrophe KEE.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just always write it down how you will know to say it.
That's actually how I wrote it down too. Cherokee.
The way I wrote it down, it looks like karaoke, like singing.
Interesting.
And they know of the people of Red Sashes. They call them the people of Baal, Roxy, or Ballians. But
Ballians.
Ball-
it is.
Ballians is a pretty ballin' name, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, the ball sacks.
They're the ball sacks. They'd be so.
I want to go to Ballian Wood.
Don't. There's just movies with terrible special effects there.
Oh, man, look at this. You would think I was breaking out in a rash or something.
No, you're just a ginger.
What is wrong with
I'm
you?
transgender.
A little bit.
My nephew is a full-blown redhead, for sure, and I am drinking some gin. So.
Yeah, I'll give you a dirty blonde ginger hybrid. I mean,
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, so, you guys mentioned last time that you guys were going to walk around a bit, because it was close.
You had gotten tasks that each of us wanted to carry out.
Yeah. So do you guys
at
want
the end of the last session?
Yeah, for sure. Do you guys want to? So you guys are in a big fucking castle with a essentially Indian band of barbarians who you guys have befriended and essentially fought with, and like you guys are getting to know them a little bit, and you have your room and everything. Do you guys want to go off separately, or do you guys just want to stay as a group? We can just make it. We can sort of say what you guys kind of do as opposed to role play for time.
We can. I think we can pop back and forth.
Oh yeah, we can go separately. That's fine.
That's kind of That's kind of how I. A little bit. I can imagine Hunter would be the one most likely to be like, I'm gonna go see if they've got like anything.
I think I said I was gonna go. Like,
that's right. I remember now.
We still have coins. I was gonna go see if there was anything I could buy to help us in our travels. John was gonna go train, and what were you gonna go do, Boz?
I was gonna check out the apothecary set.
That's right.
Setup.
Is it a pottery barn?
I was gonna go take a look around the castle, see if I can find out any history of it that I recall.
Right.
Maybe before these guys got here. Maybe have an opportunity to give them like a C-3PO Death Star story to the Ewoks, to these barbarians. And then he also wants to teach Jaxie how to utilize his power better and try to teach him that great weapon master.
Yeah, so you guys are all kind of going out. You guys probably put your gear up and everything. Do you guys think that you would check your stuff? When do you normally check your shared letter with the captain?
I would say he checks that every morning when he wakes up and every night before he goes to bed.
All right, so you haven't checked it yet.
That sounds good.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean,
it's like afternoon. Yeah, because weren't we waiting on dinner?
Since we got here, yeah.
Yeah. So she, Tala, leaves, and then she kind of says that you guys are welcome to walk around. Everyone knows that you're here, and everyone's going to know that you are the only ones there not of the tribe, so they know you.
Well, I think we drew a crowd when we were fighting Jackson.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys are free to go off to do your own things. Who wants to go first?
Mine should be quick if you want me to go first. I mean,
yeah, sure.
You like I said, she would probably just be kind of taking it in. I don't think she wants to do any like gambling because she's not really good at cards. She's good at swindling people. More so than she is like she's not a good like if she was in the World Series of Poker, she'd probably get her ass kicked. But like if she was like if she's in a bar, hustling fools, that's a different story. So she probably wouldn't do any of that. She might grab a mug of something alcoholic and just kind of peruse the grounds.
Yeah, you definitely you could easily go back to the cafeteria area, which your way back to, and there's a lot of people there. And like you grab like a shawarma and then like 512 pecan porter, like right, and you get. I don't
know that I'd have a porter with a shawarma, but yeah,
that's a little heavy. I drink Guinness with everything, but that's.
Yeah. I'm more of a stout guy anyway, so but yeah.
So you get some of the local mead that they make. It's actually
mead sounds good.
Yeah, it's actually made. It's actually wheat, but also mostly honey.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very refreshing, and they use a mixture of salt water and the sand to cool it down a few degrees. So it's not warm temperature, but it's just a little crisp.
Perfect.
They seem to be pretty smart. So you walk around and nothing really sticks out to you. Some people look at you and some smile, some don't.
She's smiling and nodding at anybody that seems friendly, but like apparently like people in other countries think Americans are weird for just greeting people. So she's not doing that thing. She's just reading the situations and responding accordingly.
You seem to give me a perception check.
Okay. I told myself I'm only rolling real dice to make things more fun because low rolls are fun sometimes. Oh, and then I roll a 19 plus 5.
So you get the sense that people are just trying to give you your distance to feel comfortable. Maybe for whatever reason, they're just kind of giving you some distance, but you feel that they're comfortable with you. Maybe because you're a small to seeming woman and you're just like walking around, so they're just kind of giving you your space to look around.
I figured this place probably wouldn't have like shops because it seems more like a commune or like a tribe, so that makes sense. But yeah, if she sees like weaponsmiths or something, she might go and because she does like blades and weaponry. So like if she sees one of those guys, she might hit him up, but if not, she's just gonna keep walking and taking in the grounds.
So as you're walking
for interesting things.
As you're walking, you see a younger kid. I mean, kind of hard to judge age with him. He could be 14 or it could be 24 because he's got hair, but he looks young. And he seems to have what looks like to you a brand new blade that probably has never been used before.
Okay,
Uh,
she probably what she's gonna do is she's probably gonna like look at it like kind
Also,
of
this is the first blade that you've seen that looks brand new, and it's more like a large knife, somewhat ornamental, not really used for like fighting. It looks
like a
but
hunting
it
knife.
sort of, but it just sticks out to you as, oh hey, that's kind of a new, that looks like a new knife.
She she says she says that is a nice blade you have there, but it seems to have seen less winters than the other ones I have noticed.
Yeah, I just got it today. I turned 16, and I this is my it's my well, it's sort of like what you might consider like coming of age kind of thing of getting older and stuff, and it's sort of to show that you're part of the tribe to protect it and stuff. I just picked it out upstairs.
Well, happy first of all, happy belated birthday. You seem to have made the good choice. And she's gonna like pull out her she's gonna pull out her old short sword, not the newer one she has. And
Mm.
like it's probably got like some nicks or like scratches on it. She keeps it sharp, so maybe not so much nicks, but like the handle's weathered and shit like that. And she's like, this one and hers is short swords about what foot and a half, something like that. She's like, this one it's certainly not as new, but I make sure to keep her in line, and she like runs a thumb over the sharp edge.
Wow, that's nice. If you know, you can always go upstairs and get that thing sharpened. He says,
She
sort of not really knowing what he's talking about.
she
Upstairs where you can. That's where I got my knife.
she like takes it right, and she like flips it so the blade is in her hand, and like hands him the handle, and she goes, I appreciate the information, but I think it's okay. Does it pass your test, sir? What is your name? That's very rude of me. I am Annette. What is your name?
My name is Tommel.
Oh, very nice to meet you, Tom. Well, here, give this thing it's got good balance. Check it out.
Tommel picks up your knife and kind of like holds it and feels it. You can kind of tell he's a little awkward with it, but he's trying to like be cool with it, you know. And then he kind of runs his thumb on it, kind of like and he gets a little tiny little prick, looks like a little hair, look like a paper cut, like, and he's like, oh, well, it looks like you don't need to go upstairs. And he hands you back the knife and starts sucking on
She
his thumb. But
she
he seems perfectly fine with getting a small cut.
So here's something fun I want to do. Before she like sheathes it, I want to roll a sleight of hand check to do something cool with it, and
Okay,
depending on my roll, I'm gonna describe it to you, which is the way
sure.
like social interaction check should work. So
I
let me
dig it.
roll this. I got good sleight of hand, but maybe I'll roll shit. Nope. Okay, so I rolled a 16 plus 11. So she does she like almost like a gunslinger in the West would like spin his gun like you can do in Red Dead, but with a
Mm-hmm.
sword.
I kind of see that you
Nice.
kind of throw it over your back and then turn around,
Yeah,
and then it goes,
it's like the movie Cocktails.
yeah.
But with swords.
Right. And
So
yeah, she says,
you
yeah, it served me pretty well.
so you now know that there's a at least a knife sharpener and someone who sells the knives is upstairs somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, she's gonna bid Tom adieu. Be like, hey, you take care of that thing. And what she
So
does,
you see another kid come over and look at his thumb, and like he's proudly showing off his cut thumb. Like, look how sharp that knife was, and he's like, "Wow, that's a real warrior split." Like you can hear him talking, like,
as
"Yeah, it hurts a lot. This is so cool. I'm gonna go show Dad." And then
as they're parting ways, she like pulls out a whetstone and she like takes the sword and like taps it on the whetstone, saying, "Keep it sharp." And
that's
then she
right.
keeps going.
Very cool. Cool. So where you going now?
I mean, you can jump to somebody else. Go ahead.
All right, let's jump to Boz.
Sweet.
Short and sweet.
Boz, what are you doing?
I'm walking to the apothecary setup, and while I'm walking, I'm also nodding and smiling at every mom that I see.
Is it
Just
just
I'm
is it
doing the Toby Maguire finger guns.
is it just women that like have children with them, or is it anyone that looks semi old?
Preferably not, but it looks like they could have had kids.
So you're just talking like MILF age, not necessarily technically
Yes,
mothers. Gotcha.
exactly. Women of a certain age.
You
Right.
walk past.
He's looking for 30-year-old single women.
You walk past three women who look like they're in their mid to late 30s. What do you give me a charisma or some role that you want,
Okay.
and then tell me what you do.
Charisma.
Are you trying? Are you good at persuasion or anything?
16 charisma.
There you go.
And I look at them and I say, "Ooh, all three of you are under the age of 100 for me."
They all look at you because you're also a half elf and
Yes.
Right.
like generally considered to be pretty goddamn handsome, like
Mhm.
in general. And so they giggle.
No,
No,
he would be on the average scale. Charisma is typically your handsomeness, and that's his lowest statistic at a 13.
Yeah, but I
He'd be
think,
slightly above average.
but fictionally, you
Probably
could
above
attribute
average.
that to his hermit lifestyle. So he could still
True.
be a handsome
Yeah.
hermit.
So I'm
No.
like
True.
what is
Ruggedly
it?
handsome.
A
So,
grunge,
but they're
a grunge
barbarians,
handsome.
so they're gonna dig your pre-haircut John. They're gonna that's what they do. John pre-haircut and pre getting his shit together. That's what you look like. But they're like, we like that. So you're definitely getting some
I'm
nice vibes, and they're giggling,
It'll be back
like
soon.
kind of like looking at you, like,
I
all
mean,
right.
yeah.
And do you want to go? Are you going to talk to one of them? Are you going to do anything?
Oh, I'm just passing by.
Oh, you're just flirting discriminately.
Mhm.
Like he could look like this guy or this
Just
guy.
with
No,
like,
yeah, I'm just going off of because charisma is
Oh,
typically
don't
your
forget,
appearance.
I based it off of Billy Butcher on The Boys.
Is
that's
that
more
Carl
or
Urban? I don't
Carl
know who
Urban,
that is. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
He's definitely rugged,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
looks
I
like he
dig
could have
it.
been handsome had he given a fuck. Right.
Right,
So
there you go.
I suppose you probably just ask around, asking for an apothecary or something like it.
Yes.
Yeah. So they tell you it's upstairs,
Okay.
and then they sort of point you to the stairs, and you see some people walking up and down, and you would probably, walk up the stairs. As you walk up the stairs, you get to essentially it's a giant room. This room looked like it could have held multiple dragons because that's in
Nice.
fact what it was made for. You can see some of
What
like
it's made for.
you can see like some of the huge like window type things that would have accommodated dragons to come in and out.
Mhm.
Everything is built. Everything it looks proportional and solid, but just dragon size.
Yeah.
And you can like you
Well,
can
he
tell,
he would know at his large size. He wouldn't correlate the
right.
dragons.
But I'm just trying to give you some right.
Yeah.
So that's later. You might right. Whatever. A good point, but still.
Yeah.
It looks cavernous, and it looks like there's like stuff. There's lots of room up in like the ceiling, like it's lofted, right?
Baha.
But then it looks like
Baha.
it doesn't. I wouldn't necessarily say gypsy, but it looks like it's been semi. Like if gypsies were to stay in an area for a very long time, because this upstairs area is just a one big open room. So
Okay.
that's sort of where you can tell, oh, this is where the vendors are, this is where wares are sold. You can see one or two people who aren't barbarians, but that are like clearly somewhat nomadic themselves. And this is where people meet, and you can see different rugs. You can see what look like the weapons that they all have, different hammers and big fucking axes and shit. Nothing nothing too crazy, but you can still see some quality workmanship. You can see different things of all different stuff. You like, places with different clothes, special shoes for the sands. You hear someone talking. You can hear different chatter about people discussing water skins that don't burst and stuff like that. Things that would be useful to them. And then you can see another like a place sort of in the corner a little bit. It's you recognize it instantly as the apothecary. It's got different herbs growing fresh, and it's in the corner because that's the corner that gets direct sunlight.
Nice.
And this guy looks like he used to be mobile, but he obviously hasn't moved, and some of his plants are now growing out of their bins, and he's sort of accommodated that because they grow well. And it's just this one sort of old, hairy looking dude just sort of tending some plants. As you walk up to him, he's like cutting like this onion, like
Yeah.
really, 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 really fine, and what looks like an onion. And then he's got a little bowl with that little little crushing thing.
Oh,
And that,
the
Mortar and
mortar
pestle.
pistol.
yeah, that thing for sure, 100%. Yeah. And then it looks like it already has some herbs, and you can it smells like what you would expect it to smell.
I got
It's a
some herbs.
multitude of herbs and spices and some concoctions. And is that apple cider vinegar back there? Yes, it is. And this is a special apple cider vinegar. Let me tell you about it.
Hmm.
So that's what you walk up to.
Oil. Bitch, you cooking? Uh,
Hmm.
sorry.
Oil.
That's from Chappelle. Okay. So, okay. What the hell are you cooking up?
My lunch, obviously. And then you can see he's got garlic that was in his little thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's cutting up some onions. Sometimes when times are lean, one is forced to eat. What?
Now, is that times because there's thyme seasoning in there?
Ah, you're a funny one.
Hmm.
No, just because times are lean, because we're doing pretty good and there's not a lot of need for what I do. But I think I like your time. I think I'll use that one.
Hmm.
What can I help you with, good sir?
Well, why is there no need for medicine right now?
Well, we've been here for a very long time, and those who know we're here tend to leave us alone. We do have some rangers from time to time who come in and utilize or use uh, my some of my elixirs and potions,
Hmm.
mostly just to stay awake and to be able to travel long distances without sleeping. Um, but I can see you are a half elf of discerning talents.
Yes, I am. Although I gotta say though, I dig your setup here. But question: Why is this? Why you got so much room?
Well, this is over just really in the corner, really, and I used to have to travel, and I needed a lot of room to carry my plants in the soil, right? But now we just sort of stay here, but I still want to be able to keep some of the core elements that I can reproduce later if I need to.
And while I'm looking around, I whisper, "I bet you couldn't even fit Texas mom in here."
Excuse me, I don't understand.
Don't worry, that wasn't for you.
Oh,
So, let's.
I didn't know that
Is
was another time reference because that was funny.
in the setup you got here, what are you making?
I'm my lunch.
Well,
I
no,
just
I mean
haven't
the
got
stuff
that
behind you.
home.
What do you got on the shelf? Well, what do you have an abundance of that I can take off your hands?
Oh, you're looking to see if you can find anything that makes a good deal. Well, one thing you might be interested in. Um, he shows you a potion, and it looks like a healing potion,
Go
but
ahead.
it has like, what's that one drink that has those little balls in it and shit?
Orbits.
Yeah,
Eyeballs.
no orbits. It looks like what you would normally see as a standard healing potion,
Okay.
but it's got some orbits in it.
Okay.
And my idea for this one was that it was a healing potion that you could use. You know how and I was going to ask John about this, but then I didn't get on early enough. It's a healing potion that can instantly heal you to half your health. But if you, I wanted it to like have an effect where if you didn't like if you
Do,
got to 0 hit points again, like it started out with one death roll or something.
I mean, it'd probably be more simple just to say it's a greater healing potion, which is 4d4 plus 4,
Because I wanted
which maxes out at 20 rather than 10. I know you want the extra like ability, but that's like a complicated
It's just
ability.
something you'd have to remember, and if we only got one, we can remember that shit.
I mean, yeah,
well, because I was thinking of like it's adrenaline, but you're also like amped up on it or something, or like you have like disadvantage on perception checks or something. I don't know. I was just trying to do some
you
fun flavoring.
you could do something that
You could
it,
it
you could
could
do something
poison you.
completely different and have it be like a barbarian rage potion, or I don't know, some sort of ability like that. Maybe a potion that causes gives the character the ability to wild shape. So it could be
No,
something you
no, I
give
like
to
so
somebody else in the ability in the party that lets them now transform into a squirrel alongside Boz, and they can run off into the forest and
we
fucking
have
whatever.
many.
I don't know.
I
Different
make many healing potions, but this one
like
is a
healing potions. I'd stick to
is
basics.
a it is this one is a special one. We
What's special?
extracted the adrenaline from some of our finest warriors, and through a complicated process of things you may or may not understand, it gives you the ability. Uh, it's a raging potion. I love that. This is a this it get it you go into it's just like what the rage for a barbarian rage is because they're barbarians and that's
That's cool.
100% the thing.
I love rage. How much for the four set rage?
Well, it is a very it's a very complicated process, and I only have these three. I could let them go for 10 gold pieces altogether.
Bet.
That
Did
is
you
cheap as fuck.
20 gold pieces altogether?
Uh,
Ah, 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 ah.
No, I don't care. They're not
Yeah,
too much on
Cool.
gold.
yeah.
10 is fine.
No, that makes sense that they would sell them for something that like he doesn't necessarily. They're barbarians. They don't necessarily even value gold outside of the trade value it has with others.
10 gold pieces,
You're not
or
getting my soul.
um, later on later on tonight you could recite a poem, or at the next get together.
I'm not reading no damn poem.
10 gold pieces of this.
Right? Here's 20. No, just kidding. I'm gonna give you 9 for offering me something that like that.
9 for offering you to do a
This
bit of
I'm,
karaoke of your past, of your history and your god. I don't
no,
understand.
no, nobody needed to know my past.
they are the Cherokee tribe.
No,
Karaoke. Karaoke. That's not going on.
what's the favorite song to sing? Apache?
That's not going on.
No, but it was runs with bowls.
Uh,
It was the title track on the
Fell with
first
balls
album.
of steel.
All right, so I assume you buy them,
yes.
and then this special potion uh, allows your body to uh, retain water, so you're able to travel faster in the desert.
Hmm. How much for that?
This is something that is actual is a tradable commodity around here, and this is 30 gold pieces uh, for one.
For one? How
It's
long does it last?
a day, and you can travel twice your movement speed.
A day starting when I take the damn thing, or when the sun comes up?
No, like when you take it, it lasts generally for 24 hours,
I just want to make sure.
allowing you to, like, if you're traveling over great distances, you can move faster.
I've known
So
many. I've
is
known
this
many that
just
dabble in the apothecary arts, and you have to read the fine print. So
I thought
is
Boz.
this just through deserts or just in general?
Just through
Yeah.
deserts because it just your body loses a lot of
Did,
moisture when you're traveling in the desert heat because it's very
did,
hot.
did
Or where
anybody
it's
else? Did anybody else get the vision of Boz like sweating or Hunter sweating his ass off at 11:59, drinking this, all the sweat sucks back in, and then 1 minute later he starts drenched again because it only lasts for the fucking day.
well, I mean, so is there anything that you're specifically because he's got like what you would recognize as regular healing potions too? Is there
Yeah.
anything that like you're looking for?
I'm looking for health. I'm looking for maybe possible for attacks, things like that.
Well,
Protection for the group, for my teammates.
if you can find something, he'll probably have it. He's a master artisan if there's something you're looking for.
Okay.
We
So
can always come
let's.
back to this guy. I'll
Oh,
start looking around while John's doing his
I was
thing.
gonna say I can pull up the potions list from the book.
yeah.
I got it right here.
I liked giving you. I wanted to give you at least one like specific to them. The barbarian one was perfect.
Now, how rare of potions does this guy carry, or does he just have more uncommon stuff?
Um, I don't know. What would you recommend for?
I'd say uncommon to rare because we're teetering on dipping into rare.
That's fine.
Yep,
I mean, they're
I
gonna
would agree
cost
with that.
more, but
Yes, and they're gonna cost what's the same what's in the book because I'm not gonna try and OG that shit.
Well, that's a
yeah,
that's the problem.
that's a
Because
fun game. But we'll get there when we figure
Yep.
out something.
We'll get there later.
All right, Tux.
Okay. To start, Tux is just gonna do like a walk all around. Like he's just gonna walk the grounds, and he's gonna look for any runes, any maybe if he finds a library, maybe he finds some tomes that the barbarians just didn't pay attention to. Um, and he's just gonna look around and make a history check.
Hey, John, hang
Yeah.
tight. Well, you're good, but hey, Boz, I'm I'm gonna show you how to look through potions.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to look that right now.
So
15 on history,
so
Austin.
click.
Oh, well, for this time, anyways. So, um, you definitely find like the house symbol, which would have been like in like stained glass somewhere. So you then remember the House of Dragons, which was the where the name of this specific like castle, and got its name from the Orgoroth, right?
Yes.
You remember that in large part it was due to their uh, general snobbery and dragonness. They didn't really make friends with any of their surrounding neighbors. That's also why there's no roads to any of to these two places, but specifically to Morgoth, because they didn't necessarily want anyone to just walk up there. You can kind of see on the map where the walking. I think that's a walking trail, or is that just the? No, that's just the outlines of the map. But there's no actual trails. Like this little dotted line that's on here, that's just showing you the High Moor
Yeah.
region. You also know that there part of the one of the things that came out. You remember a scholarly religious uh, article that you remember being interesting because it was somewhat unique because this area wasn't very socialized, and so some of the religious sects became very what's the word extremists, and there were uh, like temples in this area to some of the most just nasty gods. Like this is where some of them really was the only place where some of them, like Bahamut, I think that like that god, and to Vecna and to some of the other like nasty ones, that this is some of the only places in the known realms where people actually worship them because they were just sort of on their own thing. But no one remembers where those temples would have been because they were nasty shit, and people didn't want to try and go find the cult that worship Vecna because they're fucking crazy, or the ones that worship Baal because they're fucking crazy, right? Um, Other than that, just a general, just more general that kind of stuff. That's what you remember.
Okay, so basically, this is where at least seems like this region was a region for uh, worshippers of evil deities.
Yeah, and because
Okay,
there was they never had any roads, and they're kind of kept to themselves.
yes,
But
a
you
very
also
reclusive area.
but about 70 years ago, you're going around and you're looking at some of the libraries and you're looking at stuff, and you can kind of tell that 70 years ago everything just stopped. There were no more new art. There was no more new tomes. There was no more. You find like a journal, and you find like the records of the place, which outlines the stuff I told you, and it just stopped 70 years ago. And you
Okay,
can kind of tell.
does there seem to be anywhere did I find like something where I'm like, maybe that has something to do with it? Like,
No, not yet. Anyways, there's nothing
don't
that
hear any
there's nothing obvious as
no
to
tell
why.
of any wars around that time or anything like that.
There's nothing that you can
Okay,
necessarily think of as to why they would have essentially just left.
cool. Then after just kind of walking around, he would go find Jaxie. He probably already. I think we spoke after we sparred, so he'd probably have set up a time to meet with him later on in the day because
So
we talked
you
about training together.
Yeah, you would have gone back to the training field and you see him there uh, practicing and fighting with another big, strong looking dude. Oh, see how I got you? Man, if this was real, I'd have probably would have killed you. Yeah, you might have, but you never know. Dude, come
Actually,
on.
that blow was about 2 inches too low to have killed a man. You have to go 2 inches higher to strike the heart, the proper artery.
Oh, you mean like right here? And then he does it like 2 inches above, and he's like, kind of like that?
Precisely,
Oh.
killing
I
blow
just I
every
just
time.
normally stab and then just like kind of go through them. But I mean that's good. That's good to know.
And he kind of takes this. He's like, vital areas are here, 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 and here, and points all the specific areas that will fucking kill you.
That's
He
a
says
kill. That's a kill.
I normally go
Anybody?
for here, and he does this exaggerated swing at the dude's neck, and the dude's like, "Dude, come on, stop fucking around." All right, but
That does work if you hit correctly.
what do you mean correctly?
There's
You just swing hard, right? I mean,
well, if you're hard enough to break the neck, but if you're precise enough, all you need is hurt merely to nick this artery. The person will bleed out in 5 minutes.
have you ever done that?
No, but my friend is very precise at it.
Well, because I saw you, and you got just really fucking big, and you just hit really fucking hard too.
I crush things.
You
Yes.
probably would have cut me in half if I wasn't like bigger and strong like I am. Not that you don't get big and strong too. We know that now. Like that's known. We know that.
Now, what I was here for was to teach you how to maximize your power out of your swings.
Oh, okay. And then like the other guy backs off and like there's a not a crowd around you, but there's some people who kind of like see what's going on and like turn their little cafeteria chairs over and you can tell people are watching a little bit.
Yeah, he would definitely like take an instructor's kind of uh,
Yeah, for sure.
lean into how he's showing him. But he would go through like all the things you need to do. You pivot on this foot to draw more power. You have to turn in this manner. If you hold your axe lower down here, it gives you more power rather than holding it up closer to the head or whatever would be the proper thing to say there. Because I know dog shit about any of that.
Yeah, I like to think you meant you would say something about the weight of the axe, and if you
Yeah.
hold it here, then you obviously have a good grip. But if you hold it here and then do this thing with your wrist, the weight kind of comes at an awkward angle that's hard
Yes.
for people to guess, and so they think you're getting here, but when you hold it higher and you do this thing with your wrist, it then comes in and does something like this.
Yep.
Like you're,
This is a less accurate attack, but it maximizes the power and damage you will be able to do with a single blow. I believe you felt the effects of it.
you could say that. I mean, I found out that my back got out of alignment because I was in the cave for so long, and so I actually had a pinched nerve at the time too. And I guess apparently you hit the burst disc, but I had one of the healers come and like he gave me something to drink and like walked on my back and like put some stones on there, so I feel a lot better now.
Ah, yes, that 20 minutes really helped.
It
I'm
did.
sure.
It really did. Cause my back, yeah, he trod on it and fixed it.
I like it. Um, and he would. I don't know how long that would take, but that would pretty much be his plan. Like if Jaxie has any other questions, he'll sit there and talk to him.
Oh,
But
Jaxie has a lot of questions, and then eventually the other guy, uh, what was his name? Tark. He's the sergeant dude. He's like watching, and then like he comes over and like also asks just some like basic like he might not even talk very much, but he's like so this, and then he tries to do like, and you can
yeah,
tell his technique is a little better than what Jaxie was doing, but Jaxie's getting it, like he's a natural athlete, but you can tell that Tark is just sort of like catching on a little bit more and like doing
yeah,
like focusing on that fundamental thing, and then you're like actually you want to try and like you pull, you don't just flick like this, you pull
yeah.
like then so then they definitely start talking.
Jaxie's got the raw power, so he can pull it off, but he doesn't know how he's doing it. And the other guy understands the mechanics behind it.
Yeah, exactly, you can, yeah, cool. So you
Jaxie's
guys,
not actually doing any of the proper movements. He's just muscling through the fact that he's strong enough to hit people that hard.
yeah, definitely. So you guys talk, and then like eventually a few others come over, and then Tark kind of like shows them, and they kind of like start like it like, I mean essentially you went to a group of warrior barbarians and showed them how to fight like a technique, and they all want to know now, like no
Yeah.
no no, you can't know that without me knowing it, because then you're gonna have one up on me, and that's
Well, he
not.
would start having the people that have picked up on it. Now you show. He would draw five people to this one, and then five.
Yeah, so
He
that's
would
how.
start letting them teach themselves, rather than him standing there and teaching everybody
Yeah,
one
no,
on
the
one. But he would
surgeon, like
still
once
be
you start moving,
instructing people as that goes along.
yeah, cool. So you do that. Let's go back to Adam.
So,
What are you doing? Where are you going?
um, I probably would head up to the smithy that he told me to, and and just chat him up, see what he's got, um, show him my gear, see if he wants to
Yeah.
do anything to it. Um, yeah, we just chat with him right quick.
Hey there, little lady. I hear you got a
Hello.
I hear you got a mean swing and a sharp eye.
Oh, face I don't know. It maybe mean eyes and sharp swings sometimes, but that depends on my mood. Um, I saw your work that you made for Tomo on his new blade, and I figured I'd just come and let you check out my stuff. I'm always open to constructive criticisms, as it were.
So
And she
remind me of your shit again.
I have a regular short sword and a +1 short sword, so I just lay them both on the table. um, and I'm like, what do you think? I know it's a little smaller than the weapons you all seem to carry around, but my worth is not in size and strength, but in quickness.
Huh. Well, these blades look like some very fine steel. I can tell they were and he says some shit about. I wish I could talk blacksmithing, but he remarks on like the type of steel and how he could tell it was like tempered or some shit in the middle, and how like it's got like, oh, this has got this and this is good for this, and this will keep its blade really well. But
Right.
he notices so the plus one thing, I know that has different functions. One of them has a plus one. Why? Remind me of the what? Oh, you have your shit up. Show me your.
Plus one gives you +1 to hit and +1 to damage. That's all it
Right,
does.
but it also does like yeah, magic. It's a
It makes your weapon damage magical for bypassing damage or for bypassing resistances to
yeah.
non-magical attacks.
I can sense. I get the feeling, and he pulls out like some kind of dust or something. It
Hmm.
doesn't, and then he like puts it on to your plus one short sword, and he can see that you kind of get a sense that this dust glimmers a little bit on one sword, but not on your other sword, right?
So it's like a detect magic powder kind of.
Yeah, he can tell that one of them is able to get through. Like this powder might
Hmm.
have like a resistance,
Gotcha.
and you can tell that your sword is is basically ignoring the resistance and like, oh no, so
That's
he
cool.
kind of has an eye. You can't really tell what he's talking about, but he's talking like it is, and he mentions, but your other sword is not, and he pulls some out and puts it on there, and you can tell it's like inert and inactive.
Yes, this one it's not as good. I usually keep it in my offhand for emergencies. You know, sometimes you don't always strike true, and you just gotta throw one more swing. And you know, any hit is better than no hit.
Yes, indeed. But I think we might be able to balance out your kit if you want. So I don't do that. You would have to go to this person over here. Uh, now all these fucking names. You'd want to go to the shaman. Uh, we've found that there are different things in this world, and most of our blades are blessed. And seeing as how you are a friend of the tribe, and since you're here, uh, we could certainly look into doing that for you.
That sure, I will certainly check that out. As I said, I know that most of you seem to rely on being very big and strong, as Jaxie was very adamant about being big and strong. Um, do you have any with all due respect, do you have any sort of runts of the litters? And basically, she's looking like because you know size and strength is obviously very respected here.
Is there
She's
something
looking.
you're specifically looking for?
No, what I was gonna tell you is that like if somebody wasn't so big and strong, I would um go and try and help them. Hey, go to somebody else. My mom's calling. I'll be back.
Oh, so he's okay. I think Adam is trying to
Sorry,
say
I'll
no.
be right back.
I
Yep.
think he's trying to say that he's willing to train any of the petite people to kill better.
Yeah.
Exactly. What are you trying to say?
Yeah, so he might be able to do something like that. Let's go back to Boz
What up, Hunter?
Hunter. So you look around and you see some different things. Is there anything that you possibly recognize that he didn't mention that you are interested in from your list?
No.
So you looked through the potions and there wasn't really too much you're interested in the potions?
Honestly, my screen froze for a few minutes and I forgot what I was supposed to do.
Well, Adam could probably.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I
Where to
found
find.
out where to. I know where to go. I just gotta look at them. What would be something
gotcha.
we would need, John?
I mean, it really just depends. What I'm seeing here on the rare side of things, there's the potion of heroism, which looks like you gain some uh, temporary hit points, and you get the bless spell with no concentration, and that's kind of nice.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a potion of invulnerability. It looks like for 1 minute after you drink this, you have resistance to all damage. So we could probably actually say those barbarian rage potions were just this.
The
Austin.
invulnerability.
What's
How's
the
that
potion?
sound?
Sure.
They're potions of invulnerability. For 1 minute, you have resistance to all damage.
Sure.
So
Okay, and
instead
I
of
bought.
the barbarian rage, just add 3 of those to your.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because barbarian is basically the half damage. But I mean,
Yeah.
if we
And-
have something with stats and that is what it is.
Well,
To my-
and this
to my
is more across the
backpack.
board to help everybody rather than just a tux thing.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
they will not benefit from the strength based stuff from rage at all.
To
Oh,
my equipment or backpack.
I dig it.
You can add it to either. Your backpack's fine.
Okay.
We
added it.
we just say you have it accessible. That's how we always do potions.
Yeah, these are special ones
He's
that
not
have
gonna
little.
he's not gonna be a dick and be like, oh, you had it in your bag. There's potions of resistance which can be useful, but since we have that invulnerability, it's not really necessary right now. There's a potion of mind reading, potion of poison, which is just a basic poison you can add to your weapons. Potion of growth, which is uncommon, and it basically would give you or Annette the ability to grow large like Tux does. That'll give you a large reduced spell, which I think gives you a smaller bonus to damage, and it gives you the same advantage to strength checks that I would have. There's different types of potions of healing. There's potions of giant strength, which rarity is from uncommon all the way to legendary, and those boost your strength kind of like that belt did, Austin. But they're temporary; they only last for 1 hour.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, those are kind of cool.
I mean,
Which is
I
a
like-
potion of gaseous form.
I like
Which
all-
healing?
Which healing do you recommend?
I'm back.
I mean, we already have a decent amount of healing potions.
I don't have any.
Do you not?
No.
We added 3 each when we were in Waterdeep.
Oh, wait,
a
I
while
do-
back,
I
and
do-
We have not used any.
You're right.
I think one of us.
I
used
have
one.
I have.
Yeah,
I,
you guys
Yeah.
have potions.
yeah, I didn't realize.
So,
I missed it somehow when I was.
We
checking.
could look for stronger healing potions, like potions of greater healing.
How much?
But I don't necessarily
shielding?
think it's necessary. That's what I'm kind of looking for.
What? I would
What
be
else is
getting.
in
I would be getting
Well-
potions of giant strength. If those haven't been
I just
suggested.
mentioned
anymore.
those.
Oh, okay. I was
just
not
mentioned
on.
those.
Yeah.
We did talk about we changed those potions of rage to potions of invulnerability.
Hmm.
So we have 3 potions of invulnerability, which gives us resistance to all damage for 1 minute when you
Mhm.
drink it. So those are super nice. There's potions of clairvoyance, potion of climbing, potion of fire breath,
Fire breath is cool.
potion of gaseous form, which allows you to turn into basically a fog, and you can see under doors and through cracks in the walls. Potions of giant strength, which we mentioned, and then that looks like all the rare and uncommon ones I've found.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much is this costing me?
Well,
Well,
I have money too. You can have.
Well,
Yeah.
what all are you wanting to get?
Well,
So-
okay,
You just getting the
I like
invulnerability?
no, I like the giant strength and I like the poison one.
Not the
Okay.
invulnerability?
Poison
Or that-
ones.
You already have 3
Well,
of
yeah,
them.
we already got those.
I got 3 of those.
Right. So you can get 2 more of whatever you want.
So you want
Yeah.
to get one
The-
potion of giant strength?
Yes.
I mean, I could
Okay.
price them out so that you can only afford 2 more, but
No,
whatever.
that's fine. Just 2 more is fine.
Then get.
Yeah.
So the rarities are
Just
for
take.
the giant strength. There's either Frost and Stone Giant, which is strength 23, or Fire Giant, which is strength 25. Those are all rare. Austin,
What if-
what do they have?
What if he drank a fire giant as a bear? Would he turn into a bear fire giant?
No,
He wouldn't be able to drink the potion. We would
He'd
have to
have-
feed it to him.
He'd
That'd
have.
be
Well,
Yeah, so-
yeah, because if you drink it and then turn into
And you
a
don't
bear-
turn into a fire giant, you just gain their strength.
right.
a
It
fire
basically
giant bear.
improves your strength.
Yeah.
Alright,
If
well,
we fed him a potion of giant strength after he turned into a bear, it would. What the fuck is a bear? Round. It's probably what 18.
Probably 18 or 19, maybe 20.
what if it was fire breathing? What if he was a fire breathing bear?
I mean,
There is a potion of fire breathing, and you could
that's
feed
cool.
him that.
It gives you like yeah, it gives you a like a breath weapon for what, one time? Yeah. Uh
So Mars, you see all these things.
Um,
What are you interested in?
you can do it 3 times within 1 hour.
oh,
What's
there you
which is
go.
that?
Fire
Fire
breath.
breathing?
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, I'll,
Yeah.
I'll take the fire breath and the giant.
Okay, so is it a fire giant,
Yeah.
Austin? Okay, so potion of fire giant strength, potion of fire breath, and 3 potions of invulnerability. That looks like it's 2 rares and a
Yeah, it actually makes sense.
common
The fire breath actually
or
makes sense
uncommon.
because
Yeah.
this was
So-
a dragon horde place.
Yeah.
Austin, that's one potion is ranges from 100 to 500. So I'd probably say for that one it'd be about 250, and then the rare ones are from 5,000 or 500 to 5,000. So that'd be 4 potions at like probably $2,000 a piece, or
Yeah.
maybe 1,500,
I only
depending
got
on what you want to.
He can have my
Put him at-
gold, but I only got 600.
I think 1,500.
You should have more than that because I feel like we just added a bunch of gold. But maybe I'm wrong.
No, I only have 600. I have
No, you
600
guys-
gold.
No, so there was the original 2,000 that the queen dropped.
We have
guys, right? So you guys split that up for 246. So you probably
Yeah.
15,
and we were given 100 platinum.
right? And then you guys were given the platinum, and then
I'm just gonna make my gold match John's gold. Does that sound good?
yes, it does.
Okay, cool.
Because the captain also gave you guys some gold before you guys left too.
That was the platinum, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she's trying to fund it, but she's like, do this, but just don't even come back to me.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep each other updated. Go fuck some shit up and tell me what's going on. And I appreciate your help.
Yeah. Basically, we're all getting paid about 500 gold a job.
Okay, I just must have forgotten to add that. Okay, now I have 1341.
Yeah, you guys have enough, but it's going to be a lot. But that's the point of
Well,
the rare stuff.
Well, that's the thing is. So we could probably get 1 potion of invulnerability, 1 potion of giant strength, and 1 of the fire breath, or like maybe 1 or the other of the 2 rare potions. We can maybe get 1 rare potion.
Here's my thought. I think giant strength is cool for you. I think fire breath is a really cool one for Boz or for Hunter. I don't know why, but I just think it's cool. And I think me being the squishiest one, like invulnerability is cool for me. If we just do, then we each get 1 cool thing, and then we don't bust the fucking bank either. We still got,
I also love the idea of Boz.
Okay, then I mean, if we're making those 2 rare potions around 1,500 gold a piece, then that's all our gold.
What about a hill giant strength potion instead? I mean, I know I don't mean to just, hey, give me the rare one. I'll take something else.
No.
I can take something cheaper. I don't give a shit.
No.
I can escape.
I'm not saying that at all. No, I mean, honestly, I don't necessarily think we need the potion of giant strength. I say we get the invulnerability and the fire breath and call it a day.
You know what?
I'm comfortable enough with my strength as it stands.
You know what I'd rather have for you
For now.
than me having that
You can have,
is a potion of heroism would be cool for Tux.
That would be.
I think you should do that. Skip my invulnerability and get Boz whatever the hell he wants. That'd be cool, in my opinion. But you guys do what you want. I'll take whatever I'm given, and I will pay accordingly.
what do you think, Boz? You're the one in front of the apothecary guy.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
What does Hunter end up picking up?
The fire breathing.
Okay. So that one would be around. So he just picks up the 1 for himself. So that would probably cost them around 250 gold. So if you take 250 gold off, you pick that one up.
Yeah,
Do you want to buy any others?
we could come back to he could tell us about this dude. And we could just fucking be like, hey, give me one of those,
Yeah,
and we'll just take our
yeah.
gold out.
Yeah.
So yeah, so just pick that up for now. And before we leave, if I decide I want something, I'll let you know, Austin, and I'll. But I think I'm cool.
Yeah.
I got
I
a
think
lot
I'm
of
good
shit.
for now too.
Yeah.
You said 250 gold, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Hey, John, is there any poison antidote potions?
There's not antidotes, but there's poison,
That's
which is uncommon. If he wants to look into that, you looks like
Was there no
you can add it.
antidote?
I think you can add it to weapons.
There's no antidote. I think we-
Potion of poison. You have to get somebody to drink it, and they take fucking poison damage, and then
Yeah.
make a con save to be poisoned or unpoisoned, and then they keep taking damage. But you
Yeah.
got to get them
Okay.
to fucking drink it. So
Yeah.
I mean
I
that's
see that.
tough.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah. I can't believe there's no you know why there's no antidotes, because that's what Lesser Restoration does. I think.
Well, I found something. It's on Roll20 antitoxin. The creature that drinks this vial of liquid gains advantage on saving throws
I think that's in
for
here.
1 hour. It confers no benefit to another constructs. Antitoxin,
Oh no, it's not.
Yeah,
adventure. It's a
it's
consumable.
in adventure gear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They cost 50 gold pieces. I mean,
If you're interested in poison, Sonny, you might be interested in an antidote for one. If you buy a poison, you get the antidote half off.
The poison's not worth it.
I mean,
Don't listen to him. It's always helpful to have some
he's
poison.
not there.
How much total?
Total.
I mean, that'd be it. If it's the potion of poison that's in there, that'd be another 250.
I'll give you both for 200, just because you're.
Okay, I have less than 200. John,
I'll take it off of mine. That's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Oh, he's got more than enough gold
Yeah, you
because
should.
he's got the platinum.
Those 100.
So
those,
200 in platinum is just 20 platinum.
it's fine. I'll take it off of mine, and that's fine.
You're not there.
I know, but we can do all this. It's
You
fine.
can just say you did this later
Yeah,
on.
we
to
did it later on.
Yeah.
Some shit.
Because let's be honest, who's gonna get somebody to drink a poison besides me? You two charisma
True.
vacuums? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
All right, so you
No,
guys.
it's definitely
you're-
your
Yeah,
deal.
I'll add that to my inventory. Potion
So,
of
boss,
poisoning.
There you go.
You're sort of haggling and finding this shit out. Adam, you're up there in the room too, and you're talking to the dude, and he's telling you that he can get your sword blessed by one of he calls her a shaman, but she might be a mage shaman or something, and because he can tell that one of your swords aren't equal, and he's trying to get your sword equaled out, get you a +1.
Okay.
So yeah, she's not here right now. She's probably with the chief, but you'll know her when you see her. She's the only blind person in the camp. She might charge you, or she might do it for free, or she might say no. She's
Those are the three options, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's very good. You're very thorough.
I try. I see what you did there, but yes, you're welcome.
What are the odds of that?
1 in 3, I think.
Man.
I will consult my deity.
So you
No
guys.
need. It is exactly 1 in 3.
Never tell me the odds.
So guys, both Hunter and Annette, give me a perception check.
All right. Let's try this new. Oh, by the way, if you're buying a Funko Pop for the D20 inside, don't. Oh, that's a dog shit roll.
I got 19.
I got 9.
Boz, you hear what sounds like a huge fight going on outside downstairs where the training grounds is. It
That sounds
sounds
like
like
a fight downstairs.
they might be under attack.
Fuck. Shit. Let me go see what the
It
hell's going
sounds
on.
like there's like a small war. Like there is yelling and fighting. You can hear shit breaking. You can hear like, I mean, it obviously sounds like weapons clashing against weapons. Like you can hear it sounds, and so as you go down,
I feel like Tux would have it way more organized than that.
you would go outside
My
and
bet's bar fight.
so are you going to investigate, boss?
Yeah, as soon as I get out, step outside to see what's going on, I immediately go, fuck! Just annoyed.
And then
These motherfuckers.
would you grab a net with you, or a net? Do you think you're still up there?
If I don't know how you
See
were.
boss walk past you, rushing downstairs. And
Oh,
you're like,
if I see him sprint past me, I'm going.
yeah, so you guys get down there and you guys see Tux over in the corner, kind of shaking his head at these barbarians who just lost their shit, and they're going full aggro, but they're like using all of their shit because they're like, "Fuck yeah, I got a new thing," and so they're all just like full on fighting each other. But there's also the sergeant that's like in the center, like pointing shit out. Like essentially, this is not a training field of like soldiers who are like sparring professionally. These are some warrior dudes who are just getting into it, but it's all organized chaos with the sergeant there pointing shit out and talking.
They're babies.
That was good.
So they started getting into it and just started having fun with it, and
So it's basically a bar fight, not in a bar.
well, yeah, but it's organized chaos to them, but it sounds
Right.
like they're going full speed, and you guys probably aren't used to seeing that because they are going full speed with weapons, but they're also like, you can tell they're having a great time. As you guys hear this, you guys kind of come back together and see each other. You hear a horn, a ram's horn, and everyone sort of stops and they look towards inside and they hear it again, and they all go inside. I assume you guys are probably going to.
Yeah. Let's see what's up.
Obviously.
Dinner ready? What the fuck?
You can see the
I'd
chief.
probably snag the sergeant as he's directing people in and see what's going on.
Oh, that's the chief. The chief's back, and they're just letting us know because he's off. The second one, the first one's letting us know he's back. The second one is that he's got something to say.
They would
You
like
guys
to
know
do-
I thought it was that or someone was attacking.
Yeah, that's three. Three is attacking. That's yeah. You're not correct. So you guys go back in, and then you can see the chief. He looks like a barbarian chief. He's got some like tattoos and shit, but like different like some basic colors. And this dude looks he looks big and strong, but his hair is also done a little special. He's got some different shit in his hair and stuff. He definitely has some of the ornamental stuff, but he still looks like he's also ready to go and probably will lead the fight. He looks over at you guys, kind of quizzical, and then looks at the captain, and then the captain walks over and says something. He sort of nods and then looks at you three and kind of gives you guys a little head nod, and then he sort of walks up to the front. And he says, "Brothers and sisters, come, I have news to share." Everyone starts coming down from downstairs, people who weren't already coming down. And this is sort of like, the upstairs is like the Great Hall, right? But it's obviously been accommodated by sort of the market, essentially. everyone starts sort of cramming in downstairs in different rooms and stuff, and coming out, peeking their head out.
Jesus.
Are you in a fight with a chip bag? And is it
Sorry.
winning?
No, I was putting the popcorn bag in the trash.
And then the chief says, "Tom, will put that bag of chips away. I'm trying to fucking talk."
Fuck you, Chief.
You're not Tomo.
That's what I like to hear. He's got spunk, that kid. I like him. He's a good one. And he basically says he's been around. While they were hunting, they found evidence of the Ball assassins going through their land again, and this time they found evidence that it was recent, that they might be here. He's not sure why, but it might have something to do. And then he kind of pauses, and with our visitors being here. So everyone, we're going to essentially double the guard and watch for shit. He then starts talking a little bit more. He kind of changes gear, and he starts talking about some things, like some tribe stuff that isn't really interesting to you, but you can tell is holding everyone else's attention. Food and shit, and like we found a new place for water and stuff, and like things are going well. But then the main door opens up, and it's kind of a loud door. You guys look over. Well, when it opens, the chief stops talking for a moment and then looks over, and then he goes silent, and then everyone looks back to the door, which he's the only one looking at, because he's looking down the hallway and the door's behind everyone. And then you guys see an old woman who looks very old, covered in like some straight up, Indian gypsy stuff. And she's blind, and she starts walking with someone's hand on her hand on someone else, on someone else's arm. Shit.
Okay, I saw all kinds of shit in my head with that one.
She put her hand up on his hip when she dipped. He dipped.
And they took a trip. Yes. See, because you said she was walking.
Austin finally got a reference.
I got that reference.
No, you said that she was walking with somebody else's hands. I'm like, I pictured her hands holding hands on the floor,
like a wheelbarrow race or some shit,
or like they
what?
She's just carrying around severed
Did you catch
hands.
me dancing?
Tapes into her feet.
Sorry.
He stops talking when he sees her. He then takes a few steps back from the sort of the dais place, this place where he was speaking from, and he just kind of shrinks away a little bit. And everyone, like, there might have been some murmuring before, but now no one's talking. You guys just definitely get the sense that everyone is just trying to be respectful. You don't really know why, but everyone seems very differential and stops talking, and it gets very quiet in there. And she then continues to walk up to the main dais. And she goes up to the chief and talks a little bit to him. And then the chief says, "You are all dismissed." And then he says a word to the what's his name, Tark. And then Tark kind of comes down to you guys and says, the priestess and the chief would like to have a word with you guys alone.
And it says, "I would like a word too. She's supposed to make my shit cool." No, she doesn't say that.
Well, your shit cools once it exits your body.
You stop that right now.
body.
You've got to learn colloquialisms.
I like that. So, you guys, through body language and like nonverbal shit, there's like a little alcove, little room behind that area, and you guys are taken back into this small room with the shaman and the chief. And she sits down, and the chief sort of helps her sit down, and then he goes and sit. And then she comes Well, she's sitting. He then sits. You guys are ushered into the room too. That's when Park then leaves. Uh, you guys can then see that there's the white part of her eyes are basically white. She can't really see, but then she seems to look right at Boz, right at Hunter, and she kind of points this finger. Her hand looks like it's almost mummified. It'd be impossible to guess her age.
Yeah.
And she points it at Hunter and says, "You are being hunted, but you don't know why. Well, I have found out why."
Dun dun dun.
And then she calls. And then she dies. You never know. You
Look what I can do.
have a aura, a color around you. I am mostly blind, but I can still see shapes and some shadows. But you have a dark greenish hue. I could sense a presence coming, and that is why the chief took me to our sacred spot, where I could commune with our God. And he has told me why they are hunting you. You may not know this. Your line, you serve the great wolf, yes?
Yes.
At some point, the great wolf came down and mated with an elf. You are of that line. He turned into a man. Turned into a man. He's a demigod. Calm down. He didn't turn into a wolf and have sex with a woman. He turned into a human form because he's a demigod and can do that. So just get your mind out of the gutter. The great wolf, many people don't know this, but demigods do walk among us, and some people are descendants of them. They might not know why they feel. Many chief priests, for example, of many gods, may not even know that they are a descendant of that god. It is rare, but not impossible. And if you can sense it and you have the third eye, you can see it. Why they are hunting you? I am sure this is the reason. Why they are hunting you for this reason, I cannot see. Everything around you seems dimmer than most. Your friend here, I can see her aura clearly. She is a true soul, and yeah, she's looking at you. She's true to herself. And fuck you. Your friend here, and then she points to in like Tux's general area. As I understand it, you are not a person, is that correct? She's looking at you.
I am.
Yes, you.
I am not living necessarily as
that would do. Yes.
I am sentient.
Not to say that you are not your own person, but
I will not die through age.
You did not have a
Should
mother
not.
and a father in the descendant line. You have magic as your blood.
My assembler could be seen as a father or mother,
No
depending
doubt.
on their sexual orientation.
No doubt. But do you have a soul? I do not sense. I can hear the
I
intelligence.
do not believe in souls.
Well, that would also make sense now, wouldn't it? A soulless believing in the souls. But I can sense something special about you. You have You have, you are like an empty jar being filled with all the knowledge that you possess. But I sense that that jar could also be filled with other things.
I'm scared by that as a player.
It's
You have
mostly
Tux,
the for a
Motorola.
Tux,
soul. I
Tux responds, a jar can hold many things.
Yes, and a person is also a conduit. We all have a connection to the gods, some more than others, and some even use powers from the gods. Some use it from
I
study.
know
Yes,
I've studied some of the dealings of humans and their
I'm
gods.
sure you know more than most any other thing alive, but you do not know your own soul.
Do you know your soul?
I have taken
Have
it
you
out.
spoken with it recently?
I have taken it out and looked at it many times.
Did that
At
hurt?
first, at first it
Why do you believe these illusions that this entity shows you as
first
to be true? They could be
because
lying to you.
I know I see my soul and I know it for what it is to be true because at first it hurts. It hurts to see the things about you that you don't like. It hurts to see the things that you thought you understood to be something different, to be the truth.
Could
The
you not
truth
could you
is
not be
something.
manifesting this pain because you want to believe these things?
No. If I were to see these true, if I were to see my soul and I wanted to believe that it was all good, that's what I would want it to be. I want to be good. But when I take it out and look at it, I can see it for what it is. But now I
But
have
you know
accepted it.
whether or not you are good or not.
I have
You know.
accepted it. I know that not every part of me is as good as I would like it to be, and I know I have more compassion for myself than for others, and I see my own flaws as simple character growths. Whether or not we all have souls is something that I will leave for you to ponder. You may be one of the few objective students of the soul in the world, but she points back at Boz. Whatever you have a spark. You have a spark in you that could light a forest fire, that could light a firework to show everyone else what they have. You have something in you from your God.
Look, I've heard the stories before. I know
I'm,
what you're referring to,
I'm sure you have,
and
but
I
you
don't.
don't want to believe, do you?
Of course not.
No, it's much easier not to.
No,
But I can tell you, whether you believe it or not, Sonny. And then the chief sort of puts his arm on her. She seems to be getting a little riled up. Believe it or not, they do. That is why they are hunting you. And
And
she seems a little out of breath now.
Annette's gonna pipe up here, and like she's pretty sheepish about it. She's like, she's like, I, I'm not, I'm not the most devout person on the planet, but I had a day that I'm like, she's trying to find the words because this is not her wheelhouse, but she's like, there's only one God that has consistently been there for me. Um, and there was one aside from the day-to-day swindling of drunkards from their coins. Timora smiled upon me when a particularly proud fool walked into my tavern looking for a card game with a particularly valuable piece to bet. And she looks over at Tux, and then that's just the end of her story.
We all sometimes make up stories as to why certain gods seem to take us into their fold, to take us into their hands. Why do you think You heard these stories. She looked at you, Hunter. Why do you think you heard these stories all your life? Why do you think you have such affinity? Why do you think that while all many others' magical abilities are becoming more and more rare, yours is probably growing stronger?
Because it's much easier to make up stories about a deity that happens to be the same name as me, the Green Wolf.
Yes, but that doesn't mean it's not true.
I was like, come in.
No, that's my puppy dog.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was your cat.
Fucking John. God.
Wow. He just hates cats.
Damn.
No, I was saying as in, duh, it's a dog, Austin.
I wasn't looking at the thing.
A cat can't wag a tail that fast. They're too lazy
You're
to
just
do
not
that
touching
shit.
it right. Yes, I meant that gross.
You guys can see in like the through the window that the sun is starting to set uh, behind you guys. I do not have time or energy to answer any more questions tonight, or to debate the fineries of souls or the stories of the gods. But I can tell you one last thing. They don't need your belief to be true. And then she kind of gets up, and then the chief helps stand her up, like, and then walks her to the door, and then one of her aides comes and gets her, and the chief then walks back in the room. I am not one to talk about gods, or that is for her to do as the spiritual guide. But I can tell you she hasn't spoken that much to anyone in a very long time. So please take it to heart. I understand. He looks at you, Tux. I understand you showed my warriors some new tricks. I thank you.
I was instructing them on proper application of power in combat.
Yes, those of us who can see where others can excel, it can be hard not to take time to help them grow to their potential. Yes?
Very true.
Yes, excellent. So, I hear you are hunting red sashes, and I hear maybe there could be a reason why. They have been coming through here and they steal, and they've been a problem for a very long time. But I can't be too open about it to others, but I am getting older, and we lead war parties, us chieftains. And if I were to lead, I I wonder if this might be my last, which is why I have not, because I do not want my people to perish. But I would like to know more about them now, especially if we have a red sash magnet. Do they know magnets? Yeah, he knows what magnets are. A red sash magnet in my own keep. I would like to send out a raiding party, and I would like to invite you to go, if you should so like, or they may go out and report back to us. This is like a ranger party, like six of their best barbarians.
We typically tend to work on our own. Could we not be your party to investigate?
I would ask you to take out any number of my best to go with you, just so they can show you where to go and things like that. If yes, sometimes four can do as much as 200. I agree.
And Tux is saying it solely on a idea of stealthiness, and
Stealthiness
just
is not something
go.
that we are very, very good at. That is true. And if
I totally
does
understand.
sense,
I am very horrible at it myself, but
it would
I
make
have a
sense
friend who is
they
an
would
expert.
it would be nice not to have it come back to us. That is one of the reasons why I have been hoping to be left alone, so that I may leave them alone. But they are an abomination of if there ever was one. But they are so
They're
far away and so well protected. They're
they're looking for us. We might as well let us look into them and not draw any attention to yourself. If we feel we need your help, we can always come back.
She's
yes. I mean, sure, yeah, we're not going anywhere for a while.
I mean, unless you guys have another idea.
Annette will say, "Do would you people you and your people have been very hospitable to me and my friends. If it would make you feel better, perhaps we could take one with us. Um, but yes, it seems that staying in the shadows is. I mean, and if we go solo, you don't draw any unwanted attention towards yourselves. But I will leave that decision to to you all." And she looks at this her two companions and the captain guy.
The chief looks at Tux and Hunter with kind of eyes wide, like,
I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
I mean, we can take someone with. Tux would say, he would say, Captain, if you feel like you need to send someone with us, you can. I would just advise that it not be Jaxie. I think you need to move him closer to you.
"Oh, Jaxie. Jaxie's
I
a good boy, but this
I
is
understand your concern with looking weak to your tribe. But if you're the best to lead it, you need the strongest to protect you. You need to keep Jaxie close to you.
I would prefer to take guidance from the lady. If you are the three of you, the shaman, right? If the three of you are on a journey of fate,
Wait, this is the shaman talking to us?
no,
No,
the shaman,
he said the lady,
Okay.
meaning her.
yes, he calls her the lady.
Yes. Oh, got you. I thought he was talking about a net.
I
He's gonna
did too
trust.
for a
I was
second.
super confused.
I would trust in the spiritual guidance of the lady, and if you believe it best, then I will follow your instincts. Uh, you know where we are, and if you need something, we are ready to battle. But I want to make sure my last battle is worthy and not
Do
wasted.
not let your insecurities keep you from making proper decisions.
If I have a good successor, the tribe will not be without leadership. But I want my last battle.
No, he's not saying that Jaxie should be the next leader. He's saying he needs to keep Jaxie close to him because Jaxie's the strongest and Jaxie's who can keep him protected.
Sure.
That,
Yeah,
I'm basically saying he needs to be your Jamie Lannister.
Did we?
Yeah.
Put him next to you at all
and
times.
this dude is saying
Yeah.
that you guys are on a mission.
Not
if you
that
guys are on
he
a
should be a
mission-
successor by any means.
No, he's not. He's saying that he's got someone. He's saying I get what you're. He's
Yeah.
not. Basically, he's saying that he's going to trust you guys to. If you guys feel you need to do this on your own, then maybe that you should do this on your own, because my guys might either get in the way or mess up the fate. He uses a lot of he believes in the fate and the twisting of the web and the weaving of shit. Like he's bought in, and he's like, I know you might not believe it, but you might be right without. You might be on a mission of the gods and not even know it.
We're on a mission from Gad.
Nice.
So we will help you any way we can and give you some good horses. But I was well, actually, that's it really. But yes, if there's is there any questions that you have? I was planning on something quite different until the lady started to speak and asked for you. She does not normally come to the tribal meetings. She usually has her ceremonies for those who believe.
Tux would bring up, are you aware that the castle you're inhabiting was once inhabited by an entire clan of dragons?
Yes, Yes, we did, but when we got here, uh, what, 35 years ago, almost 3.5 decades, it was empty. For a long time, we were still worried that there could be a spirit of evil, but our 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 what would you call them? Our spiritual, I don't know. I don't have a name for that.
Your clergy?
Our shaman cleared it of the bad spirits
Ah.
and cleansed it, and we did some soul searching, and we felt led to this place, and we follow our God.
Did we ever find out what god they worship? Or gods?
What deity do you follow?
Of course, you're gonna ask me.
I mean, I can give you some if you give me what they're in, like
I mean,
nature and
if you're
shit.
gonna talk about it a ton, you should have had that long before.
So this
If that
is
was gonna be a big fucking
anytime
selling
John
point of the combo.
That's what I'm saying. Anytime John tells me that this you should have thought this beforehand, that's where you should finish your drink, whatever you're
Oh,
drinking.
yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm gonna be fucked up. So like, are they big into nature and life?
Their god is the god of balance. Is there a
Okay.
god of balance?
There's a god. Would you say they're good for the most part? Are they
Sounds like
true
true neutral.
neutral?
Yeah, that's a good one.
True neutral would be Sylvanas, goddess of a god of nature. Oak leaf is the symbol. True neutral, all that druid shit you want.
Yeah, sounds good.
So Sylvanas it is, and that's okay. Cool. Yeah, I've been meaning to ask that, but
You guys, as he's showing you the true light and the gospel of his God, you guys hear 3 horn blasts on the horn.
That means there's an attack.
is that what that
That was
is?
established
Yeah,
earlier.
3 horns.
Yes.
Yes.
So you guys might not have heard that, but that's what like I like to think that the captain or the chief stands up, gets his war axe. Tux stands up and gets his weapon out,
Yep.
and then you guys are like, "The fuck?" And then that's like, "All right, let's fuck some shit up."
We are under attack.
I guess.
Yep.
So we're gonna take a quick break because I have to go pee, and I need to get my sweater, and then we'll find out what the fuck's going on.
Okay. I'm gonna be right back.
Oh, I gotta sign out soon.
This wouldn't be a bad spot to stop.
Yeah. Like maybe we just check out what that noise was and then stop.
It'd be a good cliffhanger.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm tired. Any ideas on names?
Oh man. Something about the something. I was thinking of something about the lady in the water. No. We'll just name it, guys. It wasn't bestiality, okay? Hmm.
All hell the chief.
Yeah. I mean, that works.
Nah, I don't like it.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
What did you call it? Karaoke?
Yeah, he's calling him the Cherokee, but the way I wrote it is Charioki.
That was great.
Um. Hmm. 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 What if we named it Barbarians? Yeah, I got nothing. I was thinking of one of those things, like things of three, like Jack seeing the lady and the lady and the Trump, because there's horns. um,
Thank you.
Other than that, I got nothing. I think I'm tapped.
The old man and the Jaxie.
That's nice. That's good. I get that. That's a good one. We'll go with that. I'm gonna write
Thank you.
that down. I'm gonna put in parentheses right before man WO. Hey Austin, Boz was saying that he's got to get off soon, so maybe we go check this out and then leave it on a cliffhanger.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can start with the good combat next time. That's fine.
Yeah. Cool. So where do we go see?
You guys hear some fighting out in the training grounds, and you can see that there's two dead soldiers, or two dead guards or whatever, that were at the front gate kind of area, and you guys kind of go past their bodies, and the chief's sort of leading, and you guys are kind of just right behind him. And then you go out and you see two more guards fighting some guys in red sashes, and then one in a purple sash.
Wait,
Purple
say
sash.
that last part again?
One in a purple sash.
One in a purple sash.
Okay. But he seems to be on the side of the red sashes.
Yeah, the purple sash dude is throwing some. He seems to be using magic in a way that the other two aren't.
Uh-oh.
Annette points
Does
at.
that mean he's using magic and they aren't, or he's using more powerful magic? It seems
The second one, correct?
the latter. Okay.
Yes. So he's wearing a different color sash. Because you guys aren't in combat, you guys are able to look at it. The red sashes are wearing what looks to be regular clothes, but when you see the purple guy in the purple sash, you can see that they're wearing a sort of monastic garb where the reds are much more plain. The purple is wearing the same cut and the same kind of clothes, but he's wearing a purple sash, and he has the same sort of like garb that the other ones do, and they're fucking shit up.
Annette points with one of her swords and goes, "We need to get that one."
And then we'll just call it there. I mean, that's fine.
Sounds good.
Perfect.